Good morning, everyone. God bless you. And thank you, Arnie, and thank you, Marion, and thank you, all the Canadians, for this wonderful broadcast today. I woke up very early this morning and was in communion with the precious elementals who I love, and I penned a poem, which is a prayer, which I'd like to read to you, and then a story will come forth. This is titled Elemental Hierarchs, We Love Thee. O Ramesis, Diana dear, O fiery ones of God, transmute with violet flame right now all less than flaming Yod. Beloved Thor and Ares bright, blessed hierarchs of air, now purify our atmosphere with ozone prana fair. Dear Neptune and Luara sweet, blue waters your domain, our air restored to pristine state as you with love now reign. Pelur with Virgo virtuous, the earth now bows to you, as every creature biting here is enthralled in love's pink hue. Great devas of four elements, earth, water, air, and fire, and violet joy we sing to you, our realms raise ever higher. God's grace is flowing everywhere, the power of love is now. We thank you for your awesome work within the sacred Tao. Fire, air, water, earth, purify and free. Fire, air, water, earth, we love thee. I think I'll do it one more time. Try to get it right this time. So this poem is titled Elemental Hierarchs, We Love Thee. O Ramesis, Diana, dear, O fiery ones of God, transmute with violet flame right now all less than flaming Yod. Beloved Thor and Ares bright, blessed hierarchs of air, now purify our atmosphere with ozone prana fair. Dear Neptune and Luara sweet, blue waters your domain, our air restored to pristine state as you with love now reign. Pelur with Virgo virtuous, the earth now bows to you, as every creature biting here is enthralled in love's pink hue. Great devas of four elements, earth, water, air, and fire, in violet joy we sing to you, our realms raise ever higher. God's grace is flowing everywhere, the power of love is now. We thank you for your awesome work within the sacred Tao. Fire, air, water, earth, purify and free. Fire, air, water, earth, we love thee. We do love the elementals, the hierarchs, the gnomes, undines, sylphs, and salamanders. They serve us so well. We love it when you have fresh, clear, blue skies and the atmosphere is pristine. We love it when the waters are clean. We love it when the earth is verdant and green. And we love it when the sun is shining in the heavens and speaks to us with truth green. We simply love you, love you, love you. Now, as many of you know, our beloved Arnie has been sharing stories from around the world. So in honor of her work in this domain of storytelling, Mother Mary would like to share a story with us today. And I have no idea what she's going to share, so I'll simply be still for a moment and let her share through me. Mary says that she and her children would often go on walks. And these walks were, of course, in nature. And as she, with her trailing loved ones, would walk in nature, elementals would always attend them and sometimes engage in little pranks. And the reason they did this was to draw attention to themselves so that the children who at an early age can see the elementals would laugh and jump up and down and try to catch the elementals who were faster than the children. And that all the joy that was generated would bring such an amazing alchemy of love in the atmosphere where Mary and the children walked, that it would just support the precious work of the elementals, and that love and that light and that levity would last for many, many hours, and the Akashic records would capture this amazing amount of joy and happiness and love. And so these walks were very important to Mary and the children because they always were accompanied by a lesson. Mary would sometimes begin by having them simply listen and be silent as they walked, listening to the sounds of nature, listening to the sounds of their own footsteps, the breeze, the birds, creatures that they may observe, and the sounds of life around them, and even of their own hearts beating in their chest. So they would begin with this time of inner stillness to gain sensitivity, to access through a deep listening grace something more sublime and beautiful that nature would share, and that the higher beings that inhabited the area could also ray forth unto their consciousness to support them in their lives and to educate them on all manner of aspects of the spiritual journey. So after this time of silence, then sometimes Mary would stop and they would go to a particular place and maybe sit in a circle or sometimes stand. And then she would share what sometimes the devas and even the hierarchs of the elementals would share with her about the importance of oneness with nature, oneness with the Holy Spirit and the breath of God, oneness with the light that flows within nature, that when we access it can support us in many, many beautiful spiritual ways. So each lesson was very simple because these were for children, and yet at the same time very profound because it brought the children to a state of introspection and consideration and of deep reflection upon both themselves within the nature order of things and of their family within the greater context of their community, and of the angels and the masters and divine beings who also were a part of their greater spiritual family, who supported them and their collective mission. Now, one of these particular lessons was provided by Aramesis and Diana, and of course it had to do with fire. And it had to do partly with the fire from the sun, the fire within the heart that animates our being, and also the sacred fire, which is that fire of the mother light in the base of the spine chakra, which when kindled through devotion could rise through the spinal altar, move through the chakras, and excite a higher level of awareness in the crown that would bring great understanding, wisdom, truth into play, so that when that occurred, there would be this aha, amazing alchemical experience of a feeling of oneness with God through that raised Kundalini. Now, when Aramesis and Diana shared this teaching, they sent all these little flame flowers into the atmosphere around the children, around Mother Mary, and these flame flowers were dancing and singing and spinning and moving and coalescing in the atmosphere, great conscious awareness. And in the singing of the flame, and the emanation of those flames and the vibration and frequency that each of these beautiful little flames emitted, there was a transcendent extension of the higher consciousness of Prince Ramesses and Diana unto the children that brought them to like an ecstatic state of joy that they had never known before. And what they experienced was the freeing power of spiritual fire. The freeing power of spiritual fire. Now, we take for granted sometimes the violet light and the other rays of God, which, when they are sent forth from the higher octaves and coalesce in our world, become physical flames. Or they become flames, we don't always see them, yet they are there in the etheric. They are etheric flames, yet they're still in the physical universe, just beyond the veil of what we can see. So these little dancing flames are actually little beings or kind of entities of light that each have their purpose, each have their goal to awaken and quicken, to enliven, to enrich, to sweeten, to uh, uphold grace within a framework of divine vibration. So why is Mary sharing this story? It's because we can contact spiritual fire through our consciousness, our childlike awareness, and that fire itself will serve us because the fire is composed of many tiny little flames that actually carry virtues, that carry graces, that carry frequencies and vibrations of love, of freedom, of illumination, of wisdom, of truth, all manner of these beautiful aspects of God's awareness. So when we invoke any flame, the violet flame, the emerald flame, the blue flame, the ruby flame, the golden pink flame, the diamond light and flame, remember that these flames are living beings. These flames are an extension of the greater fire element of which Prince Ramesses and Diana are the hierarchs of in this etheric or in this fire body that they hold for the elemental kingdom and for our domain. And these flames are so important for us to engage with, to understand, to commune with, so that they can do their perfect work of freeing us and freeing other beings from the dross of their human self, their lesser awareness, their state of vibration that is less than the level of the Christ, the Buddha, or the Divine Mother. These flames are cool and absolutely do not hurt, do not burn, except they burn away the dross of the nonsense of this world, the illusion and the Maya of this world. They are cool in that they are very cool in what they do. They are very awesome in the way that they work and are a part of the alchemy of Prince Ramesses and Diana. So when you know that these flames are real, that they exist, that they are coalescing essences of actual beings that inhabit the fire world or the fiery world that those in the tradition of Agni Yoga, fire yoga, have illumined the world with, then we understand how important our fiery world can become. We can have our own personal fiery world that lives in our auric field, that vibrates in the immediate atmosphere around us. And when we have these little flames dancing, spinning, singing, and being around us, they enliven us. They keep us joyful. They help us to maintain a state of peace, of inner harmony, a state of blessedness, of grace. And these flames are actually little alchemical workers. You know, the black magicians learned long ago how to become sorcerers by commanding these little fiery salamanders to do certain things according to dark strategies rather than the light strategies of the ascended masters. Well, we can recondition them and allow them to re-experience their innate state of purity and beingness by giving them cosmic assignments to engage in, to free people, to free sentient beings, to save sentient beings, to raise sentient beings, to illumine sentient beings, to teach sentient beings, and to serve sentient beings. All these little mantras that we say in the long Golden Buddha Rosary. I love sometimes to use all of the little commands in one extended rosary. And so for one decade, I may say, I am saving sentient beings, I am saving sentient beings, I am saving sentient beings, I am saving sentient beings. And then maybe the next decade of the 10 Hail Marys, I'll say, I am raising sentient beings. And then I am freeing sentient beings for the next decade. And then I am teaching sentient beings. And then I am serving sentient beings. So I like to mix things up and do some unique things each time to make it fresh and new and vital. And you can too. Remember, when we use these flames, they are alive. They are living beings. They expect that we will understand their eternal nature to help us, to work with us as alchemists. Every alchemist must use fire. Every alchemist must understand fire. Every alchemist should know the nature of fire, and the higher fire and the lower fire, and the regions of fire in the heaven world, and those areas in our world where fire can burn and consume and remove all kinds of things from the earth, which yet we must be also caring about and careful of so that it doesn't scorch what we don't desire to be scorched. So let me give this prayer one more time, and with this understanding, let us see the hierarchs working with us, communing with us, as we commune with them and appreciate and love them, as we revere them as these amazing beings who they are. O Ramesis, Diana dear, O fiery ones of God, transmute with violet flame right now all less than flaming Yod. Beloved Thor and Ares, bright blessed hierarchs of air, now purify our atmosphere with ozone prana fair. Dear Neptune and Luara, sweet blue waters, your domain, our air restored to pristine state, as you with love now reign. Pelur with Virgo virtuous, the earth now bows to you, as every creature biding here is enthralled in love's pink hue. Great devas of 4 elements, earth, water, air, and fire, and violet joy we sing to you, our realms raise ever higher. God's grace is flowing everywhere, the power of love is now. We thank you for your awesome work within the sacred Tao. Fire, air, water, earth, purify and free. Fire, air, water, earth, we love thee. So I encourage us to commune with fire. And maybe during the upcoming cycle of Leo, in just under a month, we can commune with the fiery salamanders and these beautiful little flames that abide now in our aura because we give them permission to, will not burn so much of the forests during the hottest season in late July and August, and even moving into September. Maybe if we become that fiery being who we are destined to be, we can hold the balance with Aramesis and Diana and the other hierarchs so that the fire doesn't have to work out its alchemy in a way that will cause pain and suffering for many when their homes can go up in fire because of the forest fires that can occur, especially in the Northwest and the Western states. I believe that if we become more fiery in our nature, we can hold that balance that sometimes the elementals and the hierarchs of the elementals must hold because mankind is not holding that balance within their souls, within their spirits. So if we hold that light, if we are that fire, then we become the receptors for the transmutation of great darkness within our hearts, within our auric fields. And because we are holding that line of light and of spiritual fire, then many more hopefully will awaken and become more conscious and not do things that are detrimental to the elementals. We can give up our ingestion of GMOs. We can eat more organic, live, fresh food that we have grown. We can put aside eating animals and animal meats and flesh and blood and all those things, and we can really rise in awareness to a higher state of vibration and a level of consciousness. So, in conclusion, Mother Mary would like us to know that when you learn to commune with fire, air, water, and earth, and the precious little fiery beings, the airy beings, the watery beings, and the earthly beings, and you appreciate them, you give them permission to do certain things that can help them by serving them with prayers, with support, with tenderness, with loving care, you will see a tremendous upsurge in your life of, through this reverence for life in the elemental kingdoms, joy, happiness, and a childlike spontaneity. You will find yourself healthier because you will become, through your childlike nature, more pristine, pure, and you can return to that state of wonderment, awe, beauty, and grace that Jesus called us all to live within and to become again. So, Mother Mary, having given this knowledge and understanding to her children through the inspiration of the elements and the elementals and the hierarchs of the elementals, urges us and nudges us a little bit more to utilize what we know about the elementals, what we know about nature, to go deeper, higher, to be more refined in our thoughts, feelings, and consciousness, because the more refined we are, the finer our spiritual finery is of our aura, of our thoughts, our words, our deeds, our expressions, our emanations, and our feelings, the higher we go. The more refined we are, the higher we go in consciousness, and the more that we can access these cosmic streams of light, love, beingness, and virtue that will serve us all of our days. So thank you, Arnie, and I'll return the service now to you to maybe sing one more song to the precious elementals, whatever you would choose, and for us to honor them along with Mother Mary throughout this day. God bless. Have a wonderful day.